What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome back to Park to Prem, here with Towlaw Town. Yes, we're still at Towlaw. For people wondering, Jack, what has become of Bolton? Because there's no hiding it, folks. I fancy the Bolton job if it comes up. The issue is, it's not come up yet. Tom Harbin is their current manager. He joined them... When did he join them? 90 days ago. So to be fair, he's not been at the club that long. He joined them in October. They've not improved since October. In fact, if anything, they've got worse. Oh my gosh, it's so depressing to look at, isn't it? Most of these wins have come in the league as well. I feel for them. I want to save them. But until they sack their manager, we're here at Towlaw, and that is where my focus remains. And, well, before we get into the results, people have been asking. I'm going to give you the answer. People have been going, Jack, what has happened to Brandon? You know, the meme team. I don't know if they're a meme team, really. Maybe that's a harsh assessment. But currently, they're fifth in the league, everyone. They're on a road to recovery of sorts. I mean, they're 10 points away from the team in second. So it's not looking particularly good for them. But in the grand scheme of things, considering first year they finished 20th in the league, to be 5th in the league last year and to be 5th in the league again this year is pretty good. Also, former Liverpool man Jack Hobbs at centre-back. Also former, I want to say Nottingham Forest and Lincoln. If you don't know, I'm from Lincoln originally. I think he transferred from Lincoln like very early on in his career. Yeah, he did. 2005. Can we see how much he moved for? See, £750,000. If you're in League Two and you get that kind of money in FM, you're laughing. This was a punt by Liverpool, clearly. And if this was a real football manager kind of player, I mean, to be fair, he played fairly stably at the Championship level. Maybe I'm talking up at a tosh. If you're a fan of Leicester, Hull, Nottingham Forest or Bolton, I mean, look, we're going full circle here, folks. It's a sign. Let me know how Jack Hobbs has done for you over the years. But anyway, Brandon, they're plodding on just all right. Anyway, we are in mid-January now, so obviously the transfer window has opened, although at our level it never really closes. In terms of transfers, there hasn't been a great deal going in, but we've actually had a few players poached away from us, which is annoying. Brett Murray has joined Dungannon Swifts. I was really excited for this guy as a prospect for the future, but the 18-year-old has popped back over to Northern Ireland. And the other player we've lost is David Johnson, who has been stolen by Berwick Rangers. He actually had a pre-agreed contract with us, but then the board decided to accept an offer worth £0. I tweeted out about it, so if you've seen the tweet, you know what happened at WorkTheSpace. I'm a bit miffed by it, if I'm honest. Anyway, everything else is kind of going okay. You can see our backroom staff here. We have a massive backroom staff for our level. It's a little bit absurd, but compared to teams around us, we also are paying our staff peanuts. I mean, you can see here that they're not on a lot of money. £70 to £80. I looked at Bolton staff. Some of their staff were on £500, to put it into perspective. In terms of transfers in, have we done any, you might ask? And the answer is no. Not since October. This might be a record for the longest period of time without signing anyone. That's not to say I haven't looked at signing players, because we have been lacking in a few areas, but at least for now, we very much kind of stick with our standard team. It's been a bit of a weird period, a bit of a period of rotation. And that's been because the fixtures have been coming thick and fast this year. So anyway, last episode we beat Gateshead, and what a win it was. They were top of the league, going strong. Midgley with a heroic professional foul in the 96th minute to ensure we got the result. And from there, we had a really good rest of December. A 3-1 win against Faversham in the Alan Turvey Cup. Then we beat Bishop Stortford in the FA Trophy. We then drew against Lancaster. A little bit of a disappointment, but a good clean sheet, I guess. And then a big game for us. Off the back of that draw, taking on Gainsborough Trinity just a few days later. And, well, an unlikely goal scorer of sorts. Charlie Wellens getting on the score sheet twice. He's our best player in our team when you look at him on paper. He should be exceptional at this level. He's not really shown us a whole bunch of quality, but two nice finishes here. And yeah, considering he is one of the big earners at the club, it's nice to see him starting to put in some finishes. He has been asking to leave the club to go to a bigger team. I've told him to bog off. I mean, he's got another year and a half left on his contract. And for our level, he's redonkulous, is the simple way of putting it. So I want to keep him here. Charlie, start smiling. Maybe you'll enjoy your football a little bit more then. Anyway, off the back of that massive win, we took on Matlock Town, another 2-0 win against a team who have been in and around the top of the table. We then beat Marine, who have not had a very good year. They've sacked their manager twice, I think, so far this year. A 2-1 win, not the most convincing, but good to see Cumwender getting back on the score sheet. He has really struggled this year. It's been a bit sad, really. Compared to last year, 27 goals in 35 games, 8 goals in 23. Yeah, it's just not very good, is it? It hurts me to say that a little bit. You can see he's currently operating at a Bet Victor Northern Premier Division level, which is the level we're at. And the schoolboy, I mean, he's 20 years old now. He hasn't shown a great deal of improvement, folks. I'll level with you. But he did okay there. Unfortunately, though, in our most recent 2 games, we haven't got on the score sheet and we've crashed out of both cups. First and foremost, against Royston, they actually created the better of the clear-cut chances. We had a number of half chances in this game. They play in the Premier Division South, so they are a team playing at the same tier as us. They're currently 5th in their league. And 2 goals for them kind of hitting us on the break was a little less than ideal. And, well, following that, it didn't get much better. We took on VCD. Now, if you're thinking VCD, what does that stand for? Fantastic question. Vickers, Crayford and Dartford Athletic. Personally, I think it's unfair that we're playing against a team that's based in 3 different places, but it doesn't matter. We lost 1-0. Harker, I don't know what he was doing at the back. I'm going to level with you. Did play a fully rotated team for this second cup game. The fixture congestion's just been a little bit crazy, and I had one eye ahead to today's game against Radcliffe. But yeah, it was another defeat, which is really disappointing. We can't get a cup run going, folks. I don't know what to tell you. The good news is that with our better league form, is definitely fair to say, we have climbed up the league. We took the momentum from that Gainsborough game and have used it. And well, you can see Gainsborough here. Gainsborough just blow hot or cold. They don't seem to have a middle ground. And you can see in their last 4 games, they've really struggled. In the league. They've lost, drawn, lost. Still continuing on with some cup runs, which I'm delighted about. Let's keep them distracted by the cup. But yes, you can see here, they've gone on runs where they lose a load of games, 4 in a row back at the start of October, and then they went through a period where they were just winning and winning and winning, and well, we started that losing run for them. And I think they're rocked. I think that they are on the ropes, and well, today we take on Radcliffe, who are in 4th. But oddly enough, if they were to beat us today, they would be the favourites to go top of the league, given the fact they have a game in hand. You can see, by the way, at the top of the table, this is ridiculously close. You've got all the way from Matlock in 6th to us top of the league, separated by 6 points. Now, we are one of a few teams who have played slightly fewer games, but nevertheless, it's still very, very spicy at the top. Our form's been pretty good. You can see Morpeth have won 3 on the bounce. Radcliffe, they've still only lost 2 games all year. We're taking them on today. I will hope that we can get a result against them. Just as a little bit of a refresher, when we took them on previously, we did not perform very, very well. We lost 1-0 in that game. You may remember it. I remember it because it was the most boring game of the series so far. It really was disappointing. Anyway, before we get into the game, I feel like it's worth just having a look at the squad and who's been performing and not performing. I've talked about Cumwenda. Leighton Stewart this year is still our top goal scorer. He is still very, very good. But like Cumwenda, he's not putting up the same numbers as last year. 30 goals in 36 was probably always going to feel a little impossible to match. 9 goals, 5 assists, it's not terrible, it's just not particularly standout. We have rotated things at the top, and you can see actually, Akeem Rose and Voltman, between them, have got 15 goals, which considering they're coming on off the bench a hell of a lot, is actually quite a good impact to have from them. You can see 4 goals for Akeem Rose in the league, a very solid player for this level, the Jamaican forward, and Voltman, he's very, very good too. He's got 4 goals in the league. So we haven't really got a striker who's running away with things this year. You know, debatably we're underperforming, but the good news is we have got players scoring. But as of late, it has slowed down just a little bit. Elsewhere, you can see beyond that, obviously, Josh Harrison doing very well alongside Charlie Wellens. If we just compare him and Wellens, because they play on either wing, so they're a kind of good comparison. You can just see how good Wellens is by comparison. Although, you'll note here, Josh Harrison has signed a new contract at the club until the end of next year. And in fact, a number of the players we signed on permanent deals have gone on to have their contracts extended. And, well, you can see if we just highlight these players here, a massive, massive chunk of them are first-team players who have signed contracts till the end of next year. So that's good for slightly longer-term stability. It's been an ever-present worry, shall we say, in the back of my mind. Of course, there are some other big players for us, like Cumwenda, like Boxall, who aren't on these permanent deals, but that is because they've already pre-signed agreements at the end of this year to go on to part-time contracts again, because I wanted to get all my contract business done at the start of the summer, and that was before we ended up being able to offer part-time contracts. So I offered all these deals where it was kind of a, hey, at the end of next season, we'll give you a new contract. And I offered them all these contracts which were just pay as you go, I guess. And they're all not renewing now until a while. Anyway, you'll notice Rodri's on the bench. I've not been loving Rodri yet lately, and Alex Evans has just kind of come into his own at the back. And it's a similar story actually at right back. Andy Jackson, the former Radcliffe man, he's actually been doing okay at right back, and in his last 5 games he's performed very, very well. As for David Connolly, who would be our normal right back, he's been okay. He's not been bad. I feel like with our back line, we're not really settled on anything, although it's not a bad back line to have. Of course, Harker in goal had an absolute clanger last game. Evans alongside Younger, and I will say now, Younger has been a big, big addition to the team this year. Really, really solid player. Has, helped our defence out massively. Obviously, Jackson at right back, Midgley at left back. That professional foul last game, last live con, will just live long in the memory of fans. Obviously, the centre 2 midfielders, I've not talked much about Lewis Warrington, but he has signed a new deal at the club. His average ratings have been pretty poor, in all honesty. I'm hoping he's going to step things up. You look at him as a deep line playmaker, you'd go, wow, for this level, he should be able to do it. Spoilers, he's not done it. He's been distinctly average, and actually it's been Boxall alongside him, who's been a bit of a surprise package, really. 8 assists he's got. Of course, joined us right at the end of last year and got 2 assists in 1 game. My expectations were set quite high off the back of that. I'd say he's matched them so far this year, and considering he's only 19, obviously I can't be too hypercritical. Harrison and Wellens we've talked about. Volman and Stewart are currently our starting duo, but that is purely because Kumwenda's last 5 games, you can see here, a 6.58 rating. I'm sorry, schoolboy, that ain't good enough. That is, it's beyond dreadful. In truth, a 6.58, that makes my eyes water. So yes, for today's game, we're going to go with Voltman alongside Leighton Stewart. These guys played alongside each other at Liverpool's academy before joining us both at the same time. I'm hoping they're going to rekindle their strike partnership. Elsewhere in the team, though, we're looking very, very good. On the bench, we've got Akeem Rose, Kumwenda. Aaron Sabia, I want to give this guy a bit more in the way of opportunities, but He's not wowed me at any point. His face he's pulling there is kind of the face I have when thinking about what he's actually done for us so far. He's not revolutionised us, it would be fair to say. Alex Bradley has signed a new deal. He looks very, very solid at centre mid, and considering he's on £120 a week, I was quite happy to renew his contract till the end of next year. I feel like as far as box-to-box midfielders go, he's a pretty blooming solid player for this level. We've also got Jermaine Anderson, who continues to complain about lack of first-team football. He's very good as far as defensive midfielders go, a bit more experience in the team. I've always been worried about his injury proneness because of his 3 kind of major injuries he had. Truth be told, since he's joined us, he's not really had any problems with injuries. Cue him now to come off the bench and get a long-term one, but fingers crossed, touch wood, he's going to be okay for today's game. And today's game is big. As I said, we're taking on Radcliffe. They have lost 2 games all year. They're currently in 4th. They sit 4 points behind us, but with a game in hand. So I want to win this game, maintain our gap at the top. A few changes in the team today. Obviously, Voltman coming in for Kumwenda is quite a big call. Alex Evans as well in for Rodri. Evans has played well when we've given him opportunities. I want to continue to give the Welshman some chances. And at right back, Jackson's coming in for Connolly, who, well, the young Irishman is just underwhelmed, and that's kind of been a bit of a story as of late, despite the fact we have gone on a nice little run. Our recent good form in the league, ignoring the cup competitions where we've been pretty dreadful, hasn't come as a result of our kind of pure firepower. It has come entirely out of the fact that defensively this year we've actually been remarkably strong, which feels weird because last year it was kind of the opposite. We were banging in goals for fun, and defensively it could have been a little bit better. And we've not changed anything tactically. It's been more of the same. Been a few new personnel in the midfield, and obviously the defence has seen a massive turnover of players. But we're not in a bad spot. Young has picked up a bruised knee. Bruised knee, that feels like something you can play through. I know it might be a little uncomfortable. Oh my gosh, don't tackle from behind, but do tackle him. Harker makes a huge stop, and Midgley just about gets it out. That was a heart-in-mouth moment to start things. Younger, can he recover? Potential knee injury. He's okay. I'm going to chance him. I was thinking about doing the early sub just to play it safe, but no. Let's YOLO it. We've got to throw in deep in their half. Warrington with it. I've talked about the fact I need him to step it up. What a ball in, can I just say, by the right back. Unfortunately, and I say unfortunately, I think it was Harrison at the back post, heading it over. Disappointing by him. And while speaking of the devil, Boxall wins the ball. I thought you were Harrison. You've got the same haircut. It gets confusing. Our other blonde midfielder threads it to Voltman, threads it to Leighton Stewart, who should finish it, is offside. Don't celebrate anyone. I swear he only scores when it's offside. It's his special ability. When he's onside, nah, it's not going in. I could tell as well when the first highlight was shown. I didn't want to celebrate. The flag was very late from the line, to be fair. But we've broken them down once, and that makes me feel like we can do it again, as Harrison does win a header this time. Ball's lumped forward to Jackson. Warrington now with it, and now with Charlie Wellens. What can you do, Wellens? The answer is try and build it from deep. We're going to go again. Wellens with it. Options ahead. Threads it through to Boxall. Love that ball. Plays it back to Wellens. Look at the link-up play here. That's an ambitious pass, though, to Harrison. I'm not going to lie with you. We've now got Sami Zadeh. I have no idea if I'm saying that correct. Sami Zadeh? And I don't know. It feels like a name that isn't English. So if you know the origin of that name, it's kind of a cool name, to be fair. Let me know. Leighton Stewart, I think he's offside. He's not offside and he's missed it. There you go. That proves my theory entirely correct, that you can only score when he's offside. Scientifically, we have proven it beyond a reasonable doubt with our 2 test cases. Boxall crossing it in. Warrington. Have a go, Warrington. To Alex Evans, the centre-back. Warrington. Handball ref, not given. Still alive, though. Look at Evans and Warrington. They're having their own little game. Evans, the centre-back, to put in a ball like that. I mean, I think Warrington would have been better off putting in the cross, having seen that play out. 33 minutes gone. Oh, my gosh. I mean, Alex Samizadeh. I'd said I like your name. I don't like that long shot. That's an incredible finish. 19th goal of the season for him. How good is this boy? I can't tell you. Is it an Iranian name? Interesting. Where did he start his career? He's always played. He started at Man City. And then he went to Bolton. Look, everyone played for Bolton at some point. I mean, what a volley that is. I can't even be mad. Not even mad. And he played for Bolton. There's no such things as coincidences, folks. We're 1-0 down at the break, though. This is not good. I need to get angry, and shouty. Make the difference, boys. Midfield, make the difference. Attackers, there's a lot to come from you. There's a lot to come from you. I believe in you, Voltman. Put on your little superhero outfit. Show me what you're made of. Boxall whipping in a ball, which needs to be better than that. It falls to Younger. Bless him. He's still got a bruised knee. He can still kick a ball, though. Warrington going all the way back to Jackson. Not sure I like this, although, well, I was hoping there was going to be a player in the wide area there. There wasn't, so it was just a bad pass. There's no although about it. It was blooming dreadful. And now they're going to hit us on the break. Wells, tight angle, puts it over. I'm making changes. Voltman, you've been awful. Kumwenda, school them. Show them what you're made of. Also, Ollie Younger, I don't like the fact you're on a booking. I'm just going to bring in Rodri. I say booking. He wasn't booked. He's just injured. But I don't want to aggravate it. I don't like orange injuries. I know you can play people through them and it's usually fine, but I just don't like them. Oh my, well, that's why we've done that change. Boxall, what a ball into the box that is. Was it Lino? I think the linesman's made a mistake. I think he was offside when he scored that. Either way, what a ball in from Boxall. Can we discuss this set piece? They call him Mr. Set Pieces, and he's put that on an absolute fivepence for Stewart to slot in. Just right on the right patch of grass. An hour gone, it's 1-1. We've made 2 subs, so I can't really make another just yet. In terms of stats, they've had 2 clear-cut chances. We've had the half chances and not really buried them. We might be asked to do some more defending here as well as Sami Zadeh. I mean, everything's going through him right now. Headed away by Rodri, though, or Rodri. Rodri. I keep saying Rodri sometimes. It's Rodri, Jack. Get it right. Kumwenda, please, my friend. Oh, the keeper saves it. Could he get the rebound? Of course he can get the rebound. How quick was he then? Sorry. Can someone get out like a police speed gun? I think he was going too fast. Give him a ticket, Lino. How quickly did he react to this rebound? Look at him go. That's incredible. And the finish from that angle. I was half expecting him in Football Manager fashion to smash it into the side netting. We're 2-1 up and now Sami Zadeh's got injured. We're fine. Oh no, Harrison's got injured. Karma. Right, we'll bring in Akeem Rose. I've been training Akeem Rose to play inverted winger on the left. I actually think he could play this role semi-okay for us. So I think this might be one of the first times it's going to be put to the test. Akeem, what can you do for us as an inverted winger? He definitely has the well-roundedness to play this kind of role. Although if we're going to give away the ball like that, what are we doing, folks? The guy who came on for Samizadeh has scored as well. So there you go. That's what I get for celebrating the injury of a fellow professional footballer. Harker, playing it out from the back. You think at this point here, oh, we're fine. Evans, I mean, it's not a great ball. And then he's just gone walkies. The finish is very good by Wells first time. It's 2-2. A draw doesn't really help either team here, because everyone else around us is just going to close the gap a little. At least it's been more entertaining than the 1-0 last time we played them. The fans, they're getting their value for money. Those who have made the away trip. Evans wins the header. He's got a redemption arc to fulfil. Wellens, what a ball to Leighton. Can he finish it? No, because he was onside. God damn it, Leighton. Please, just score one. He's already scored one. Just score two. If it sounds like I'm close to a breakdown, it's because I am. What are we doing at the back? Get it away, Midge. Oh my gosh, I can't deal with this. This is a high-stress game, everyone. Boxall, set piece. Make it happen. Make it happen. That's not made it happen. He might get a second bite of the cherry. He gives it to Alex Evans, who just not... So far in highlights, I've seen 3 times Alex Evans has just completely ballsed up a pass. They've not been easy passes, but he doesn't have to take them. He doesn't have to be the hero. I think deep down inside he knows that as well. They're building the ball deep here. If we could win the ball in this kind of position, we could punish them. But equally, if they can beat our midfield like that, we could be in trouble, as Andal Gibbons has an effort. Harker just about holds on to it. It was an effort from range. It was a sighter. 5 minutes left. I'm going to get shouty. We're going to have a highlight start. Rodri to Midgley, their left back. What can he do? Hopefully he won't need to make a professional foul in the last few minutes of this game. I still can't get over that happened. I think this is my 4th time mentioning it this video. If you didn't see it for whatever reason, make sure to go watch yesterday's video. It was a work of art. What are we doing? Oh my gosh, it's gone wide. Defensively, Rodri, mate. Switch on. What are you doing, son? 6 minutes of added time. How bad were the injuries that we had earlier? I mean, of course the game ends like that. 2-2. There you go. Harrison and Samizadeh injured. I feel like a 2-2 draw away from home against the team who have only lost 2 games all year isn't a terrible result, but given the fact we were 2-1 up, it's a little disappointing, isn't it? You can see if Gateshead win their game in hand, they would leapfrog us now. I think on goal difference. I assume the first league sorting rule is goal difference. Where do these rules hide? Points, goal difference, yes. So if they won their game, their goal difference would go up. Although I guess if it was only a 1-goal lead, they wouldn't. Then it goes to goals scored. I feel like we've scored more goals than them. We've scored 51, they've scored 60. Okay, I'm talking absolute balls. So that's not the case. This doesn't look so good, does it? Although Gateshead's recent form hasn't been ideal. Either way, 11 games left of the season. It's all very spicy. I feel like at this point now, if the Bolton job came up, I would apply for it and try and ask the Bolton board, can you let me finish the season at Towlaw and then join? Young is out with a bruised knee, that's fine. Harrison out for 3 to 5 weeks is not fine. That's going to be a bit of a problem out on the left. Akeem Rose might get a little chance there. It is 6 games in the league, I guess, without losing, which we should look at as a good thing. But yes, Bolton, I'm going to come back to Bolton. I've got my eye on Bolton, everyone. If they never sack their manager now, it's all going to be very awkward. I do half wonder if they can't afford to sack their current manager, because they have to pay off the remainder of his contract, and if their finances are insecure, they might not be able to get rid of him. But just looking at the Vanarama league table, they're currently 15th. They're 16 points away from Hereford. With 17 games left of the year, they're down. I hate to say it, they're down. So if the job came up, I would probably apply for it, but then also say, hey, can I just join at the end of the year and we'll rebuild ahead of the Vanarama National North? This is all if, buts and roundabouts, though. I don't know if we're going to ever get the job. We'll have to wait and see. I will, of course, keep an eye on other stuff. Alternatively, we could just end up staying here at Towlaw. I'm happy to do either. Obviously, the YouTube comment section was very enlightening, actually. A bit of change of heart from people. Some people feeling like Bolton maybe now would be quite an interesting save, and I'm inclined to agree. That's why I keep talking about them. I'm not going to one day turn around and go, surprise, we're not at Towlaw anymore. I want to let you know how I feel each and every month as we progress through this Let's Play, because it's plaguing my mind a lot. Every week I'm checking to see if their manager's been sacked. Not that I would wish anyone to be sacked, but that gives you an idea of my state of mind at the very least. But anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap up things here from me today. Thank you for watching as always. We are top of the league for now. Hopefully I see you guys next time. And, well, other than that, it's me, Jack, and I'll see you tomorrow.